Time now for MTN Sports with Scott Breen.
Well, welcome to the weekend, everybody. High school fall sports teams have the green light to open their sanctioned workouts in just a couple weeks. Getting back to school safely involves some new guidelines. What are coaches and athletes saying about it, and more importantly, how thrilled are they to be able to find out?
I was driving on my way home and I got like a Twitter thing that it was like MHSA announced fall sports must go on or whatever, and I clicked it and I read it and I was like, oh my God. I texted my mom, I was like, Mom, we gonna do it?
I was so excited because, that was a big worry. Like, are we even gonna get to have a season? So that was super exciting.
I think for the most part, I'm just glad we have a season. I'm glad the girls will get to play.
Elated that I can tell them just now that we are going to have a season.
That's the overwhelming sentiment shared with MTN Sports. Yes, there will be some tweaks. Yes, there will be some adjustments on the fly. But really, it'll be a police yourself approach. Should a coach, athlete, or family member get diagnosed with COVID-19, it'll likely be a next player up mentality, like replacing an injured teammate. Like any student, the athlete would be quarantined. One at West High is already finding out protocol.
He's self-quarantined and he's waiting on his mother's test. And that was last week. And we just told him to stay home, and he's doing that, and it's tough on him not to be around and missing out on some things like our weights and our camp this week. So, those are the things that we're going to have to do, and we're going to have to be pretty disciplined with those decisions.
Change will be a little more noticeable in a sport like volleyball, where teams are now asked to clean the ball as often as possible, accommodate visitors with their own supply of balls, and stay put between games.
There's going to be some pretty significant adjustments, like the not switching sides.
As for some other possibilities,
They've talked about like not having the walkouts and stuff, and like the captains don't shake hands anymore.
training room access may be a little more staggered, and weight rooms may look a little more spread out.
And as we proceed, when we see things pop up, then we can make some different decisions, make things, more stern, or we can dial back a little bit. But I think we won't really know until we get out there and start playing.
One hotel room will likely continue to house 4 players, and busing, well, West's football guys head all the way to Flathead in week 2. It's a full-day trip that Stanton admits the Bears typically dread, especially that long haul home. Masking up will be enforced, but Stanton says hard to police.
55 people that literally sleep on each other on a bus on the way up there, and especially on the way back. So we either have to look at 2 buses or limit the people that can travel.
They're encouraging us to have the students sit with the same player for the entire season.
Really?
Yeah.
Should cases spike, multiple phases are already in place from the MHSA. Tier 2 would be canceling non-conference games and moving forward. Tier 3, cancel non-conference games and shorten the conference schedules. Tier 4, play for quite a while, then get hit with a long interruption. That might mean ending competition at that time and still looking at different playoff formats. And there's even Tier 5, similar to last spring, but without canceling the entire season. Athletes across Montana just want a shot, and now they get it.
It's still going to be soccer, and I'm still happy I'm going to be playing it, but I don't think it's going to be too different. I hope.
That's a credit to the Montana High School Association and individual school districts for allowing families to make the decisions. The groups are essentially saying, you know what, if